Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. I wasn't sure if I was going to have any time today to do some commentary, but I have a little bit of time now, so I figured I would jump on and take a look at the Fleisher Lebowitz match. There is commentary of the other match going on right now on the other Twitch channel. So if you're interested in Nickel versus, I think, Genasar, or Nickel versus Rosenthal is the other team, then you can check them out. But for me, I'm going to continue following Fleischer. They had a really close match yesterday. They won only due to penalties that were accrued by the other squad, Levine, in previous sets. And now they're going up against Lebowitz. They have a small lead. I suppose I should probably check to see if there are any penalties. We did not have the proper scores on yesterday. Oh, and oh my god, look at this. I just noticed we have we're like mirrored. A heart, pass, and no trump, 2 spades by South at one table. Heart, pass, and no trump, 3 spades by South at the other table. Equal vulnerability. So Joe Grue on his hand elects to bid 2 spades only. Joel Wooldridge at his table elects to bid 3 spades. And it's probably just a bit of partnership style. I mean, both bids tend to show quite a strong hand, being vulnerable. So 3 spades pass. 3 spades does pass out at this table. On the left, and Joel will have to probably not work too hard to collect his 9 tricks. It looks like he just has 6 spades and 3 clubs, even if the diamonds don't work out for him, which they don't. The ace, queen of diamonds are offside. Joe Grue at the other table has found his way into 4 spades. And now the defense does need to be a little bit careful. They have to make sure that they get 2 diamond tricks in before a declarer either sets up the king of hearts or pulls all of the trumps and uses that 4th round of clubs to throw a diamond loser. So this will be a swing one way or another, I have to imagine. But let's keep focused on the right side table. I guess the hand's going to be over pretty quickly after the diamond lead. I was just thinking that depending on what West elected to lead, maybe they would have to work a little harder. In this case, after the 2 diamonds is led to the jack and queen, Adam Grossack, of course, not wanting to continue a 3rd round of diamonds, he has full count on the suit. Since his partner played low-high, gets to switch to hearts, and the ace of spades will be the 4th defensive trick. So swing for Lebowitz now. We'll keep track of whether or not Joel makes his contract, but we'll move on to look at board 37 in... I don't know which room it is. I'm going to call it the right side room. The blue room. Oh, there's a blue room and a green room. That's how we can... Hopefully no one's too colorblind. If blue and green don't work, let me know. But for now, we got the blue room over here. Joe Grue, big hand. And the opponents are not vulnerable, so they're playing 2/1. I think. I saw something that contradicted my understanding of Joe and Brad's system yesterday, so I'm not 100% convinced that I know what's going on. A little surprised that Adam Grossack elected to pass the hand with ace, king, queen, 10, 5th of spades. I think a lot of players would be tempted to open either 1 spade or 2 spades with this hand, white on red. Second seat, it is a little scary to do so. But it feels like, you know, you pass first, you let the opponents communicate, you bid 2 spades, and now they have a better chance of finding out what their fit is, where they should end up playing. But anyway, he does get to come in later with a 2-spade overcall. Joe Grue, of course, betting 4 hearts with the singleton spade in his big hand. And I think 11 tricks are going to be available to declare in a heart contract. They should be. He can pick up the trump suit by leading low towards the queen, which will probably be indicated if he gets 2 rounds of spades. East turning up with the ace, king, queen of spades and failed to open the bidding. Probably doesn't have the heart king. But I think this is also quite possible. 4 spades doubled could end the auction, right? North just has a flat 4-3-3 hand. Obviously, Joe not convinced that he can go to the 5 level himself. So it could be a bit of a swing, depending on how many East-West go down here. It looks like there are 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, and a heart to lose if Declare guesses the heart suit. I suspect he will, given the opening bid and subsequent 4 heart raise. Not too much care needs to be taken, I don't think. It's possible if Declare really doesn't work the hand out, he might end up losing 3 diamond tricks if he pulls 3 rounds of trumps before roughing a couple of diamonds in the dummy. But North is going to have some difficulty getting in to play enough trumps. And meanwhile, Joel Wooldridge did happen to make an overtrick. He was not in game, though. Probably a defensive task that East-West would have gotten correct if he was in game. And so the score is getting a little closer, 97-91, only 6 imps in favor of Fleisher. Let me actually look to see if there are any adjustments. And then I can put up a horrible graphic on top of the scorecard. No, there are no imps of correction in either match as far as I can tell. At least not yet. Aha! So note how I had mentioned that I think a lot of players might be interested in opening the East hand on this board with some sort of spade bid. Marty Fleischer agrees. He opens 2 spades in second seat. Probably because 1 spade is a little too weak in their style. So he goes for the preempt. I like it. I think it just feels terrible to pass a major suit that's ace, king, queen, 10 fifth. Not vulnerable. I think you're giving up way too much to the opponents where it's likely to be their hand in some other suit. So I like the 2 spade preempt. Obviously Chip Martel just gonna blast his way into 4 spades quickly. And North doubles to show some values. I wonder if this might vault South into a 5 heart bid. We see in the blue room that Joe Grue actually does put Adam Grossack to the test in the heart suit. A little scary to do so after cashing 2 rounds of clubs. If East could have had a 6-card spade suit, which I think importantly, Joe Grue probably suspects is impossible in the auction. East did not preempt 2 spades. Then this could be very scary. Win the king of hearts, play a club, setting up a club pitch and dummy, cash 2 rounds of spades, cross to dummy with a 3rd round of spades, and then use the club to pitch your heart loser. So this could cost a trick if East actually happened to have 6 spades, but I think very reasonably Joe has rejected that possibility from the auction. So he thinks it's perfectly safe to underlead the heart, which he's right about. And will Adam get the guess correct? Back over in the green room, Joel Wooldridge does, after some time, elect to pass out the double of 4 spades. I think a very rational thing to do. It's just really tough to bid at the 5 level. You don't know if you're making it. You know the opponents are going down. Taking your plus score is at least going to earn you a few hundred points on the board. So while 650 might make, it's going to look really awful if you bring back minus 100 to your teammates. We get the same opening lead, same 9 of clubs play from North. And in this spot, Joe Grue elected to continue a second round of clubs. You know, maybe thinking that there was a possibility North had a stiff club. But on this auction where East has opened 2 spades, preemptive. Oh, not even preemptive. In Marty's world, this shows 8 to 11. Regardless, I think Joel is going to expect Declare to have a 6-card spade suit, and therefore cashing the king of clubs probably isn't going to net a club ruff from his partner. So king of diamonds switch, and I guess, yeah, Joe Grue did cash the king of diamonds before continuing a second round of clubs, but I would be a little surprised if Joel cashes the club king here. I think it might be more sensible to either switch to a low heart if he believes that Declare may well have a heart guess, or just continue by playing some top diamonds. There's the 10 of hearts. So strong defense from both Souths, putting Declare to the test. I think it's a lot harder in the green room to get this position correct, because South hasn't showed nearly as strong a hand as they did in the blue room. So Marty may well go wrong, especially given that there's a real chance he has a stiff heart, and South might just be blowing a heart trick if he has the ace here. But I would expect Adam Grossack to do the right thing. Hop up with the king. It's still a tough play to find. There we go. There we go. So Marty Fleisher does misguess the heart suit, and I think understandably so. We'll see if Adam does the right thing in his room. And after this misguess, David Grainger in the North cashes the club queen to make sure that his partner doesn't do anything wrong in the club suit. And then the ace of diamonds. I mean, it looks like he's just kind of tempted to cash out at this point and mostly concede the rest of the tricks, which is quite reasonable. So North-South here are going to earn themselves 500 for 4 spades doubled down to 3. They'll collect either another heart or maybe this club trick right now. And meanwhile, Adam is still in the tank on this 10 of hearts switch in the blue room. But Adam does correctly hop up with the heart king. And I think there's justified reasons for what East did at both tables. Probably the plays that I would have made, in fact, in both rooms. So another swing to Lebowitz, and this is going to mean we have a new leader in the match. Wait. Hold on. It's not enough, is it? It's only 500 versus... It was 1 under trick. So, okay, it's 5 imps. 5 imps to Lebowitz. but they're clawing their way back into the match. Remember, this is a 2-day match. This is only segment 3 of 8 total. And so there's plenty of time to keep playing. But the score all of a sudden got very exciting. I hope I didn't jinx anyone, like the entire Fleisher squad, when I sat down. Don't worry, if you're a Fleisher fan, I will be gone soon enough, and they will be able to play. May the 5th be with me. Thank you, Tulios. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, there aren't any... Wait. But Star Wars-esque Guardians of the Galaxy 3 came out today. You see what I did there? I related 2 unrelatable franchises together. I thought that was pretty good. On to board 38, and wow, we really are keeping pace in both rooms. Everyone is on the exact same decision in the auction. So in the blue room, we got a diamond takeout double by South. Notably, South has a 17 count with a diamond stopper, but I think everyone would prefer to make a double here rather than overcall a no trump. 2 diamonds in the blue room fetched a 3-heart bid from North. We have to see a raise from South. Once partner has some values and very likely at least 5 hearts. I think you just gotta stick them in 4 hearts, which Joe does. In the green room, we get a diamond double 3 diamonds by Chip Martel. So he elects to preempt vulnerable against not with just this 4 count. We still get 3 hearts by North. I gotta imagine that Joel's gonna make the same deduction that Joe did, which is his partner's likely to have a 5-card heart suit. Gotta just put him in game with all of our extras. Too risky, I think, to pass out 3 hearts at imps. You just don't get rewarded for those decisions. So Joel makes the same decision. And how does this contract fare? The heart suit is friendly if declare guesses it. Sounds like the name of a Hanabi player. Oh my god, it is. It is. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. For all of you Hanabi fans out there, or who have played with the H group, Joel Wooldridge, aka Joel W, is the infamous Hanabi player. Plays a lot of that game with a number of members on the Discord. He's a world-class bridge player, and of course he's also a very, very strong Hanabi player as well. And kind of keeping on pace, both tables are at the same point in play. This is incredible that we're just watching 2 tables with mirrored actions. I think that kind of showcases the strength of field in a lot of these spots. Obviously, we've had some differences here and there, but generally, they're finding the same plays in exactly the same tempo, which I think is really cool. I think that's pretty cool. So David Grainger declaring over in the green room is out of the gates first and elects to rough a diamond. My suspicion is he's about to lead the Queen of Hearts, whereas Brad Moss is still thinking about the hand. Brad Moss, notably a very thoughtful player. I'm not going to call him slow. He's by no means slow, but every time I played against him, I thought that he was incredibly good at just reading deeply into every situation that he was playing. And oh my god, look at this. He just lays down the heart ace, dropping the stiff king. That's incredible. So now he has no issues. He's going to end up losing 2 spades. He will end up losing a club. But is that even true? Maybe he's making 10 tricks. It looks like you can actually set up the 4th round of spades to discard a club. If you are careful. You could like play a spade, cover the 8 with the 10. And okay, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. But Brad is no longer in any danger. David Grainger apparently also came up with the same sort of thing. Are there any timers? Yes! I don't see them on this graphic. What does this button do? I'm terrified of clicking buttons on this website. Okay, that button didn't do what I wanted. If I was watching just one table at a time, there would be a timer like up in this top right corner. But watching multiple tables, it looks like they don't have place on the graphics for the timer. There's the clock top center. Oh my god, okay, there is. Thank you, BZL. It is right here. There is a round timer. Currently 64 minutes to go. So they're blazing through, because I think these are 90-minute sets, and they're more than halfway done in about 25 minutes. So Brad just trying to be careful as possible to get any over tricks if he can manage them, but with the clubs splitting this badly, there's not really much that he can do about it. Oh, the 6 of clubs set up. Wait, when did this happen? I wasn't even paying attention. How did the 6 of clubs set up? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello? Were the clubs always set upable? I wasn't looking too carefully at the hand. I assumed East had a natural club trick and, most of the suit stopped. BZL says there have been some very significant scoring penalties for people who go over the time limit. That must have been what happened the other day in the Fleisher-Levine match, where Levine won in the bridge sense. They scored more imps than their opponents, but they ended up losing the match due to some hefty penalties. I know for a fact Roger Lee is a very slow player, and I personally have great incentive to blame Roger whenever anything goes wrong. So I'm just going to claim that Roger was the one who caused all of the slow play penalties and cost his team the entire match. But that's also what you thought? Okay, but you don't know what happened? Yeah, this is why I would really have loved to actually be at the tournament if I was going to do some commentary for it. Sadly, I mean, it just didn't work out right now. I'm too busy with other things in my life. But maybe at some point in the future that would be useful. Then I could go and chat with the players and do some post-game interviews. That would be super fun. Maybe I could even get a microphone. I know that some of the ACBL, or I guess this would be the WBF, not WBF, USBF. I know that some of the USBF interviewers do some of that sort of stuff at the end. They thought that Mike Levine was the slow player. He has some vision issues. Oh, that's too bad. It's sad that that's the reason you got a slow play penalty. Probably not because he was thinking too hard about a particular hand or thinking too long. That it's just I don't know if you call it a mechanical issue, but an old age issue or something of that nature. A little unfortunate, but them's the rules. What's going on this hand? So we see a couple of different styles, once again. I'm a little surprised Chip Martel didn't open. So we saw Marty Fleischer preempt Ace, King, Queen, 10 fifth. Chip Martel elects to not preempt ace king 10 9 6. I don't know if they have 2 diamonds available. You're off to grab some coffee with a friend. Enjoy your coffee. Thank you, thank you. See you later. And then, of course, David Grainger with a 6-card suit preempts 3 clubs in 3rd seed. So a bit of a wild contrast between the players in the green room in terms of their styles. But East-West did manage to get to 4 spades here. In the blue room, we do see the 2-diamond preempt. Adam Grossack bid 2 spades, presumably forcing, found a fit with his partner, and tried 4 spades. Both tables going to take what looks like 11 tricks. I have to imagine on similar lines of play, the diamond suit does set up in the West hand with the suit splitting 3-3. So 650 here for Fleisher in the green room. And they're creating some separation between themselves and the blue room. They're on to board 40. Clock has just ticked under an hour left to play in the round. So we do see Adam proceeding along the same line as Declare in the other room. Takes an extra chance. He already has 10 tricks in the bag. May as well try for a 3-3 diamond split to collect an over trick, which he does manage. And what's going on board 40? So Chip Martel opens a diamond, unbalanced. East bids 2 clubs, game forcing. West bids 2 diamonds. Presumably just buying time. Obviously, West could have bid 2 spades. I mean, conditional on system that some people might play 2 spades would show extra values. But West kind of understands that he doesn't need to bid 2 spades himself. He can just bid 2 diamonds, let his partner show a 4-card major if he has one, and they'll still find their spade fit. But the more valuable point is that if they end up in 3 no trump, which they're very likely to reach, then he will have concealed his spade holding from the opposition. I said they're very likely to reach 3 no. I meant in the context of just like the way this auction has proceeded. As is, East has showed kind of a hefty single-suited hand in clubs, and West really likes his hand for slam, which is why he elected to bid 4 clubs. So I think East-West are off to the races. I mean, East has a massive hand that is only missing heart control. He'll probably be able to ask for the heart control somehow. West is going to have it, and East is going to be very excited to look for key cards. I mean, maybe his only option at this point is to bid something like 4 diamonds key card. But we'll see what Marty elects to do. In the blue room, we have a lot of bidding going on. We get a diamond opener. North, Brad Moss comes in with a heart. Fairly light, 6 high card points. It was not duplicated in the green room. Adam bids 2 clubs, natural. 3 diamonds by South. Weak, 3 heart raise. Interesting. A lot of people would play this jump Q bid as a mixed raise and utilize 3 hearts specifically as the weak raise. But I guess Joe and Brad have different kind of different reasons for some of these bids. So 3 diamonds by South. West elects to double. I don't like double. It might depend on what double means systemically. Like double, if double was, say, take out of hearts, I would be pretty happy to make that bid. If double is just I have a diamond suit, I mean, kind of, right? We have 6 of them to the 10. But I would be much more happy to bid something like 3 spades. Or pass, even. I think pass is quite sensible. The opponents are going to have to bid again. They aren't playing in 3 diamonds. So, what is East going to do? East has to come up with some sort of balancing bid. I think 3 spades would be a very sensible choice from East's perspective. If you were looking for 3 now, like 3 spades can't really be natural. You did not make a negative double directly over a heart, so East can't have a 4-card spade suit. You cannot be looking to play in spades anymore. Therefore, this 3 spade bid, kind of just temporizing, saying, I don't know what to do, 3-no is still a playable spot, something of that nature. But, yeah, East might kind of reject this possibility and say, even if partner can bid 3-no, we might, like, 1 heart stopper might not be enough. You know, we need to knock out the ace of clubs, or we need to knock out, like, the queen of diamonds or something. I would much rather play in 5 of a minor, figuring that the opponents have a 5-4 heart fit, given the auction, partner has a singleton, let's just bid my club suit. And that's what Adam elects to do. It's going to be real tough to reach the slam. I mean, they're cold for 7, right? Hey, Claudinerm, 3 hearts doubled is already 500. That's true, that's true. Well, I will tell you that it looks like there's going to be a swing on this board of some kind, because in the green room, East-West are already all the way up to 6 spades. And now they do find their way into 7 clubs, which maybe we should pause and take a look at their auction. It was completely uncontested, so they had a free pass as to how they were supposed to explore for slam. East bids 4 diamonds, key card for clubs, kind of at this tough decision, right, where I was saying, well, East needs to find a heart control. Maybe he just didn't have a good way to do it, because a lot of these pairs will play 4 of a minor plus 1 as key card. So he does bid 4 diamonds. 4 no trump showed 2 key cards without the club queen, which was all East needed. He found out about everything. 5 diamonds asked for a king. 6 spades, presumably showing the king of spades. And probably suggesting that 6 no trump was a playable spot, would have been my guess. And East elects to bulldoze all the way into 7 clubs. 7 clubs does make. The other table just cashed out for 12 tricks, but to make a 13th, all they need to do is ruff a heart in the dummy. And I think they have plenty of entries to do all of that. Like, suppose South, I mean, South is never going to lead a diamond, but let's suppose they do. We can just win the diamond ace, unblock the heart ace, play a spade to the ace, ruff a heart. I guess we would need to ruff a heart high. So we are going to, on a diamond lead, it looks as if Declare is going to need to play for 3-2 trumps or the 10 of clubs coming down. But I think on a more natural lead of, say, a club, Declare won't have any issues. He can just win the club, cross to the heart ace, spade to the ace, heart ruff, diamond to the ace, pull trumps, run the spade suit. So Marty gonna be pretty happy about the contract once he sees the dummy. I mean, he's gonna be thrilled to see that king, queen, jack, 4th of spades suit over there, opposite his ace doubleton. He might have been expecting more to find something like king, 6th of diamonds and the king of spades. At least when he started the auction, you know, not at the point where 6 spades got bid, bypassing the diamond king. But on a club lead, he's just going to carefully kind of make sure that he can time everything properly. He knows he needs to ruff only 1 heart in the dummy, and this will be 13 tricks. Big swing to Fleisher here. So 1440 is a total of 520, and that is, I believe, 11 imps that they'll be picking up. It was very difficult for East-West in the other room. There was some preemption going on with the opponents in the heart suit, and they just didn't really have time to get enough information to find out what the right spot was. I suspect I suspect in the blue room they're on a break. That's why we haven't seen any action for a very long time. I do know that some bridge players, after a particularly bad result, will often ask to take a break. And I don't know if I would say that it's frowned upon or anything, but people do it, and you can of course be a complete jackass if you want and say, no, I want to continue playing. I tend to just let people take breaks whenever they want, as long as we're not behind on the round clock or anything. But play has started up once again. This time, East-West vulnerable. Brad Moss, Joe Grue are playing a precision type system in these colors. So North opens a diamond, showing 2 or more, and limiting North's hand. We get a 1 heart overcall from East. Probably the choice of most players, but I could definitely see some people electing to just bite the bullet and jump to 4 hearts directly, figuring that that's our most likely game, and even if it's not, maybe the opponents happen to have a save in 5 diamonds, or they make a phantom sacrifice, 5 diamonds or 5 clubs. And so the 4 heart preempt could keep them out of finding their fit. Which is exactly what's going to happen here. So it starts a diamond, a heart, 3 clubs, both minors by Joe Grue. It's alerted as 5-4 or longer either way. Although, obviously, as we can tell, he's just 4-4. I think he's shaving the distribution a little bit, specifically because he's white on red. West makes a 3 diamond cubid, kind of the only cubid he has available to suggest he has a limit raise in hearts. And now I wonder if Adam is going to feel pretty bad about what happens next. Because I don't know what Brad's going to do, but I suspect he's going to bid something at the 5 level, or maybe even for no trump. And Adam will be in a very, very tight spot. Let's see what Marty does over a diamond in the green room here. Is he going to duplicate the 1 heart action? As we notice, Brad does bid for no trump to suggest, I'm saving, your choice of suit partner. I think Marty's style tends to be more aggressive preempt-wise. Now 2 hearts here is intermediate. Vulnerable jump shift. I think most, if not all, expert players play this as an intermediate jump, which also is quite reasonable as a description of the East hand. So he does elect not to just blast 4 hearts directly, which I think is reasonable. And now what will Joel do in the South? My guess is probably 3 diamonds. It feels important to show your partner a little bit of support. And he does. He finds the 3 diamond bid. West will probably try for game. I'm not sure. I suspect West could make a maximal double of 3 diamonds if he wanted to, as a game try. Whoa, auction is heating up in the blue room. Okay, let's pause because Chip elects to just blast 4 hearts. I think that's quite sensible. but we're all the way up to 6 clubs. So 4 no trump was bid as a preemptive sacrifice against 4 hearts. East elected to bid 5 hearts directly. The technical losing decision, given that they have 3 top losers, 2 clubs and a diamond. But he bids to 5 hearts. Whoa! Okay, we have some talking points. So 5 hearts, I think, is a practical choice, especially if in East perspective, or from East perspective, you don't know if the opponents might be making 5 of a minor. I mean, as far as East knows, he has 1 defensive trick, right? The ace of spades. 0 defensive heart tricks, no defensive tricks in either minor suit. He might expect the opponents were actually cold for 5 clubs or 5 diamonds, and they're close. They have 3 losers, depending on how they play the diamond suit. But so he bids 5 hearts, and it comes pass back around to North, who is in a bit of a similar boat. You know, he might expect that his ace diamonds might be worth no tricks. His partner has showed, well, extra length in the minors, which he doesn't happen to have. Recall that Joe's explanation was 5-4 or longer in the minor suits. So Brad might expect 5 hearts was just making, and he would be incorrect. But maybe also a secondary point of consideration is that he probably suspects 6 of a minor is going to be a cheap sacrifice, and he's right about that. He's only going for 300. If his teammates in the other room sell out to 4 hearts, you know, like they don't get enough information north-south to find one of their minor suit fits, then 6 clubs would still win imps. So 5 no is a really sensible, practical decision from an imp perspective if you think that you're not going for more than 300, which he's correct. He's only losing 3 tricks in the major suits, as long as he guesses the diamonds, and I think he would on this auction. And then I think the big problem here is that East-West were not on the same page about West pass over 6 clubs. I don't think it should be forcing. I'm not convinced 5 hearts set up a forcing pass scenario. Like, North, for all we know, could just have a huge hand and is bidding something to make. I mean, it sounds as if this 5 no bid is bid to save. But I would be very concerned about trusting that this would be a forcing pass scenario. And so West passed, probably thinking, you know, I don't know what to do. I mean, I personally would have doubled 6 clubs with West's hand. You just have a bunch of wasted junk in the diamond suit. But if he thought that pass was just like, I don't know, and East certainly expected that West had a club control for this pass, which he does not have, as we can see. So in the other room, 5 hearts doubled, sails off 2 is interesting. I was looking at the hand at the very beginning and thinking there might have been some sort of end play that we could utilize against North with the trump splitting 2-1. But maybe all that happened was North opened a diamond, didn't show both minor suits, and Declare elected to play North for the spade queen. That seems possible. So like I said, I was not paying careful attention to what was going on in the play here, but 5 hearts doubled down 2 and 6 hearts. Wait. I just realized 6 hearts is undoubled in this room. That's crazy. Whoa! This is a hilarious way to win 5 imps. Or is it even 5? Declare might pick up the heart suit and go down 2. That would be, what, 7 for 300? That's crazy. Okay, now he's not going to pick up the spade suit. I think Declare should have picked up the spades in this room. North's bidding strongly suggests enormous amounts of length in both minor suits. So I think I would just play ace of spades and run the jack, especially on this auction where South has showed some stuff with the 3-club bid. Anyway, that is a small pickup to Lebowitz, despite getting a little bit too high. Hey, PJF. Yeah, they're too high to double them. That's going to be a strange one to review later. I don't know if either North or South could have doubled, but I think at some point you have to figure out that it's not your hand. Or that the opponents just like don't have the stuff to make a slam. Anyway, we're on to board 42 in both rooms, and we're back to duplicating a bunch of the calls. So we got a no trump by West in both rooms, 2 diamonds showing a single suited major, although in the blue room, 2 diamonds specifically shows hearts. We get 2 hearts by South. And Chip Martel in the green room elects to overcall 3 clubs, which I think is pretty normal. Once you've opened a no trump with a 6-card club suit, if the opponents get to 2 of a major, it's fairly common to just show your 6-card suit. It's kind of like getting back to par with the pairs who opened a club and then rebid 3 clubs later, is the way that I like to think about it. But so Chip Martel gets to play in 3 clubs, and as PJF says, yeah, hits a really, really good dummy over here. Whereas Joe Grue just gets to play in 2 hearts. 3 clubs appears to have no problem whatsoever. Declarer can just take a diamond finesse for an over trick. It happens to work. And in 2 hearts, I also kind of expect Declarer to have very little in the way of problems making his contract. The Queen of Hearts falls, Doubleton. So now Declarer can just take a diamond hook, it's going to lose, and East-West can cash 2 spades, but that'll be the end of the tricks for the defense. And if they don't cash 2 spades, well then, as we see here, South gets 2 over tricks. So pretty sizable swing for Fleisher, making part scores in both rooms. 15 imps. Yeah, both contracts making. That does tend to happen when you both find your trump fid and get to play in part scores. And we're on board 43. And once again, we just have mirrored auctions at both tables, even though they show different things. A diamond by South, Joe Grue, 2 or more. This is the strange thing for me. So this is the thing that makes me believe they're just playing precision always now, where 1 diamond shows 2+. Maybe they're playing some sort of 1 club shows an unbalanced hand, and 1 diamond is for all of the weak no trumps. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate too much. But we see a diamond, a heart, a spade in both rooms. In the green room, Joel Wooldridge's 1 spade shows an unbalanced hand, which I guess they're defining as 5-4-2-2. I think a lot of players would define this as a balanced hand, despite being 5-4. I understand the reason for wanting to show this as unbalanced, just because most of your values are concentrated in the spade and diamond suits. Like, imagine the king of spades was the king of clubs. Then you would be much happier bidding a no trump, protecting your club king from the opening lead. How does 3-0 look on the hand? Well, Joe Grue elects to, well, I guess Brad Moss elects to play in 2 diamonds. Maybe not that unreasonable. An 11 count, true, but partner's opening range is quite light. And so Brad in the north bid a no trump. Joe decides to bid 2 diamonds, and that was the end of the auction there. Here, Grainger elects to make an invitational raise to 3 diamonds, and Joel has to make a decision over this. How does 3-0 look? If we can get all of our tricks, we appear to have 3 diamonds, 2 clubs, 3 spades, and a heart for 9. Queen of spades on side is going to be really important. And I think the intermediate heart spots are going to make it difficult for the opponents to set up enough tricks defensively. Like, Declarer's not going to attack hearts himself, and if the opponents do, it looks like that 8 of hearts is going to set up in the dummy. But Joel, maybe understandably, just because he has so many values in his 2 suits, expected that if partner was looking for 3-0, he could have invited with 2 no trump rather than 3 diamonds. And Joel's hand doesn't look like it plays particularly well in 5 diamonds. So he elects to pass 3 diamonds. I expect there's not going to be a large swing on this board, if any. Trumps are 2-2, so you can just rough 2 spades in the dummy. Seems as if Declarer is going to get the same tricks at both tables, 10 tricks. And even if the diamonds are 3-1, Declarer can still get away with pulling trumps. His only concern might be that diamonds could be 4-0 and that he should start roughing spades immediately. I would probably just play a round of trumps, though, because I think I might go down on some 2-2 or 3-1 diamond splits if I go about roughing spades and something else splits badly. Additionally, like, there's this factor to consider that the opponents never bid in this auction, right? And we have a 9-card diamond fit. Suits are far more likely to split, especially the diamond suit. One of the opponents may well have overcalled or bid something if they had a diamond void. But Joel disagrees with me. Hard to argue with Joel. And so he elects to go after roughing 2 spades in the dummy, which is also going to work out. You know, again, the fact that the diamonds are likely to split also means the other suits are likely to split. So he does rough 2 rounds of spades in the dummy. And now he will start pulling trumps. I mean, maybe he cashes the club king. No, he goes after a trump. So he will also come to his 10 tricks pretty quickly on this one, losing just another diamond and the ace of hearts. What's going on in the blue room on board 44? It looks like a bit of a tamer contract. Pass, we see Adam Grossack open a no trump on the east hand, 5-4-2-2, 14 count. Third seat, white on red. Gets transferred into hearts and ends up in 2 only hearts. Doesn't West have a hand that's way too strong to just transfer and pass out 2 hearts? I think he's going to get rewarded in this scenario. But, I mean, he has an 8 count with a void and excellent spot cards, good honor structure. I'm pretty sure, look, I don't know if you're supposed to game force West's hand, but I think you at least invite. Anyway, Adam is in 2 hearts, and it looks like he is gonna comfortably make 9 tricks. So we'll have to see how Chip and Marty handle this hand. I wonder if this is a no trump opener for Marty in 3rd seed. Also, interesting point to consider, if the hands were reversed, I could easily see Marty preempting this 2 hearts. I don't expect Chip to make that preempt, which is a little strange, I might say. It's kind of weird that you can be successful as a bridge partnership at a very high level and have completely different styles of what type of bid you make. Never mind. Chip makes the preempt as well. So Chip does elect to preempt 2 hearts, multi. And this is probably kind of well known to their opponents that this could easily be on a 5-card suit. So what does Marty do? I mean, if partner has a real 2-heart preempt, do you really want to be in a 4-heart game? Even if you're getting 6 heart tricks and the ace-king of spades, that only brings you up to 8. Maybe Marty just bids 2 hearts and that ends the auction. Board 45 looks like a fun one. Let's, okay, so Marty does bid 2 hearts. Looks like this is just going to be a push board then. 2 hearts is going to make 9 tricks. Maybe 10, depending on how the defense goes, but at least 9. So what's going on board 45? East opens a heart, 5-5 in the round suits. West bids 2 diamonds. We get 3 clubs from East. I assume 3 clubs doesn't show extra values because it's not like Adam really has extras. 3 hearts by West, showing heart fit. 3 spades. A serious slam try. Oh. Oh wait, no, not a serious slam try. Just a cubit. We're below 3 no trump. 3 no non-serious. And yeah, 6 hearts makes. So do we just bid 4 diamonds instead of 3 no as West? I know West did not. But I would be highly tempted to think 4 diamonds might be the way to go. We have a solid 6-card suit that we can easily use to dispose of all of partner's losers. King third of hearts is a great holding, opposite such as ace queen fifth. Or, for that matter, partner isn't limited to having a 5-card heart suit on this auction. So partner could easily have ace queen sixth, and now the contract becomes even better. I guess 6 hearts isn't like a perfect spot, but I would be happy to be there. It's going to require something like 3-2 hearts and 3-2 diamonds to make. So a bit less than 50%. 6 diamonds, also a good spot. Is one of those particularly better than the other? 6 diamonds is a little better, right? Because if diamonds are 3-2, we can rough out the heart suit and set up a 5th round of hearts for a club discard. Or if they pull trumps, maybe we can fall back on the club hook. Whereas in hearts, we can't really set up the diamond suit. We have to pull trumps first, and then we have no other entries to dummy other than the ace, king, queen of diamonds, so we need the hearts to run. So I guess in a par contest, 6 diamonds is where you want to end up. But as it is, we are in 4 hearts there. And there are some funny imp problems where it's like you can make 6 hearts, but you'll go down in 4. Like if you get to 6 hearts, Declare obviously just needs everything to split and he'll play for it, and then he makes his 12 tricks. But in 4, you're just like, well, I can guard against this bad break and this bad break and this bad break, and then you end up with 9 tricks. I don't expect that to happen here, but it's very possible Adam will end up taking like 11 tricks by trying to like rough out the club suit or something. Yeah, it really breaks a player when that happens. Okay, 1 imp to Fleisher. I wasn't carefully following the play in 2 hearts in this room, but he did get an over trick. Looks like he set up the clubs, and North-South did not correctly cash out the diamond suit. But we will see if Fleisher reaches either of the red suit slams on this deal. It's a little tough to get there. I mean, combined you have 25 highs between the 2 hands. And it's not as if East is counting his Jack of Spades as a particularly worthwhile card. But we'll see if East-West have a bit of a different auction here. So a heart opener from Marty. Joel pausing for a second. I mean, it might be tempting to try and come in some way to get your 4-card spade suit on the table. Maybe he's thinking of even coming in with a spade. That would really excite North. But okay, he does elect to come in with double. I don't think the bid is that crazy. Joe Grue elects not to do it in the blue room. Opposite a past hand partner. But Joel, I think, kind of noticing and understanding the value or the potential value of this 4-card spade holding as a possible trump suit, figures may as well get in there now before they have too much time. So heart double, 2 clubs by Chip, showing diamonds. A lot of players play transfers over takeout doubles. And we do see 2 spades from North. I wonder if North didn't have a spade preempt available. I would have been quite tempted to preempt 3 spades if that was a legal action systemically. But North just elects to overcall 2 spades, pass, West balances with 4 hearts. And yeah, Marty, I mean, I guess just elects to pass it out. The interference from the opponents caused them some grief. So no real swing. We might see an imp one way or another. Adam did manage to find some sort of safer line to guarantee 4 hearts and ends up with only 11 tricks. I was not paying careful attention to what was going on in that room. At least not play-wise. But this is the last board of the segment. And then there's like there's 22 minutes left in the round. I don't know what that means in terms of when the next segment is going to start. But I do need to eat dinner. I know that. I do need to eat dinner. So I'm thinking that I will go get dinner after this board is over, and then come back and probably be in time for the start of segment 4. This isn't the 4th quarter, this is the 4th segment out of 8. So this match, regardless of who's leading at the end of today, will have another full 4 sets of boards, 60 boards to play tomorrow. What's going on in the other match? Let me get a quick score update for you all. So currently, it looks like Nickel and Rosenthal are quite close in terms of score. Oh wow, Rosenthal has picked up an enormous amount in the third segment. Wait, third segment? Oh, I was on the wrong site. No, yeah, this is the third segment. I know what I'm doing. Professional bridge commentator here, AMA. So Rosenthal has picked up quite a few imps. Nickel had opened up a bit of a lead in the second segment, but now the lead is only 6. And they have... how many boards to go? Oh, they're done. They're done with segment 3. So they're already on break. This table will be on break at the end of this hand. And my plan is to shut down stream, but I will be back for the start of segment 4 after I get a little bit of food. Marty thinking, trying to, probably similar to what Adam was thinking about in the other room, realizing that 6 hearts would make if everything split favorably, looking to come up with some plan that is a little better to make 10 tricks than to just cash ace, king, queen of hearts, cash ace, king, queen of diamonds. I mean, I wonder if the plan would involve the club finesse. It's highly unlikely to work given this takeout double by South. I wonder if the plan involves running the 10 of diamonds, taking a diamond finesse. That would be very strange. You know, one of the things Marty's probably wondering is, why did North not open 2 spades? He knows South has a 4-card spade suit, and he knows North has 6 of them. So depending on North-South's system, he would need to think of a reason why North wouldn't be preempting 2 spades. And that probably has to deal with the fact that North's hand is just garbage all around. So very likely no singleton. Maybe that can help him in some way, come up with an alternative line of play. If we end up losing 2 clubs and a spade, do we make the contract? Yes. I mean, I'm just wondering about like leading a low club now and then going ace of clubs, club rough. So you would then make, if clubs are 3-3, even if the hearts are 4-1. Which they could be for the takeout double. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Marty couldn't come up with a sensible alternative. Will he take 17 minutes to complete the board? I think you triggered him by typing in chat, and he did not take that long. So this will... Oh, he takes the diamond hook. That is... It is a clever kind of safety play at the end